And here's my mic. Good morning, everybody. It is very good to see y'all again. Facebook does not want to let me comment and say good morning, but definitely want to say hi, Haley, hi, Lynn, hi, Kathy. I see people are hopping on. That is a beautiful thing. It is a cold, but it was a very beautiful morning. And we are here back on Breakfast with Disaster, where we tell you all the worst things that can happen, so you know how to avoid them. And how do we know that? It's because we work right here at SurfPro. Cleaning, restoration, construction, we're the people you call when something catastrophic happens, something gross happens, and maybe too often things that qualify both catastrophic and gross. I get that phone call too. I want to tell you guys, I was working on this show today, and I had a whole outline, really grooving along. I was talking about just kind of general fire safety during the holidays. And I was talking about things like Christmas lights and candles and Christmas trees and all that fun stuff. It's pretty well-tread territory, and frankly, probably would have been boring for you. I did find something when I was looking for resources. It was a little cartoon put together by the National Fire Protection Association. Great organization. But I think they might have ripped me off a little bit with this cartoon. And I'd like to look into that with you guys and get your thoughts. So hopefully you can see this. This is my original character. His name is Van Dower. And played by a local actor. In this video here, Van Dower runs the viewers through all sorts of scenarios. He goes over the 5 most common causes of fires and how to avoid them. And he, I think, does a pretty good job. Shows you that you should not be taking a swig of pineapple vodka and falling asleep while working the stove. Should not be throwing water on a grease fire. You definitely shouldn't be getting that close to a candle in your wig. This guy's a mess, and he's a character that we've used in some videos before. And now this video has a whopping 405 views, right? And I thought I kind of had this market cornered on local idiots doing dumb stuff with fire. But then along comes a character from the NFPA that I think might be a ripoff, and he goes by the name of Dan Doofus. Dan Doofus is a tiny blue man who lives alone, and if that isn't bad enough, he's kind of an idiot. I spent this morning researching his antics, and not only do I think he's giving a bad name to all of us Dans, but I don't think he's setting the kind of example that the NFPA wants him to set. Let's look at some examples. This is from a video called Dan Doofus Gets a Lesson on Cooking Fire Safety. And in this video, he tries to cook breakfast when he's basically half asleep. He's wearing what appears to be a wizard's robe because the sleeves are about a foot down from here. And they dangle right into a gigantic open flame on his stove. It does not end well. Here is him suffering on the floor in pain doing his stop, drop, and roll. But there's lots of videos like this. How about Dan Doofus has a heating safety hot flash, which kind of an offensive name, guys. Dan manages to vaporize his entire bed, his bed frame, his mattress, his blankets, everything, simply by cozying up next to what appears to be the world's oldest space heater. It appears to be giving off an orange open flame. How about this one? Very timely one. It's called You'll Light Up My Life. Cute title. And in this, he makes all sorts of holiday-themed mistakes. Connects about 1,000 strands of Christmas lights together when the max on the box says 3. He purchases and tries to care for what appears to be the world's oldest, driest Christmas tree. No wonder he's still single, by the way. Definitely a fire hazard. And even when he learns to water it, he sets up this massive Rube Goldberg-style, sort of Pee-wee's Big Adventure breakfast-style machine that includes, among other things, this little version of him, little French version of him called Jacques in a Box that pops out of there with a pirate sword and cuts this weight. I don't know what's up with Dan Doofus. I don't know what his damage is. Now, obviously, I'm being a little bit facetious. I'm a fan of all fellow Dans, and this Dan Doofus guy, considering the fact that these cartoons were mostly made over a decade ago, probably not ripping off my Van Dower guy in a wig character. But here's why I'm bringing these up. Fire safety can be kind of boring in some ways. It can be very easy to think that you kind of know everything already, and what can you learn? And a lot of what the learning is, and these videos teach, is not anything groundbreaking. It's a reminder. Because it's very easy to forget, especially in the wild rush of the holiday season, about certain things. checking your extension cords, for instance, or not overloading your circuits with your Christmas lights, or yeah, blowing out the candles at night and unplugging your tree before you go to bed. All those things are important. All of those things are part of this. And there are a lot of great resources like Van Dower and like Lil Dan Doofus there that you can use to remind yourself, and I know a lot of insurance agents and property managers watch this, remind your insureds and remind your tenants, just simple things to keep in mind to keep themselves safe. Check out a couple of these videos. I will link them in the email that I send after this. Use them on your social media, send them out to your customers, whoever you think might need the resources. It can be a really funny way to remind them about something very serious. And now I just want to check in and say good morning to everybody. Yeah, I see a lot of people hopping on. Hope you guys are ready for the wheel spin. Here it is. And if you guys are somehow watching this, you don't know what this wheel is, it's very simple. We have the Serve Pro Mug Club. You get a very cool coffee mug. You get a number on this wheel. Every week we draw a prize. And if you're watching and we draw your name, you get a double prize. And we've got some double prize winners on here. So only way I can know you're watching, by the way, is if you say good morning, say Dan Dower is better than Dan Doofus, whatever you want to say, so that I know you're here. I'll give you a second to do that while I pull everything up. And you know what? Let's just go for it. And we're spinning. And we're spinning. And we're spinning. Where are we going to end up? 154. That is going to be an OG. That is an early number. JP Ross. We were just at JP Ross's State Farm office right down the street here. Great people down there. Had lunch with them. So, JP, I guess we're coming back. And if you're watching, let me know. Otherwise, guys, we will see you next week. No breaks coming up. We'll be here on the 20th. We'll be here on the 27th. So you can get your fill of Breakfast with Disaster. And need anything, call me. If you need to join the Serve Pro Mug Club, leave me a comment. I'll make it happen. Till then, have a great week, and we will see you guys soon.